Good morning, everybody. Today I am going to paint some kitchen cabinets rental style. These are European cabinets, so they don't have face frames on the cabinet boxes themselves. They are European style, and what's happened is this is a large rental property, very large, and some of the cabinets have yellowed. This is melamine that I'm painting over, so you can see my prior videos on what I did there. I prepped them, took the hinges off, labeled them, put TSP on them, and wiped them down, and I'm going to use a gripping primer and a top coat. One more thing here is you're going to want to make sure that you use a thicker plastic. This is 6 mil. I know you can buy it cheaper, thinner, but if you buy it too thin, when you spray them, the plastic kind of like flops over everywhere and you got to weight it down everywhere. I just found if you get this thicker plastic, it's a lot better. This is the primer I'm using. It's a gripper primer, meaning it really sticks to things well. And I've used it before, and after you see all of these doors and drawer fronts, you're going to think this is the world's largest rental unit, and you wouldn't be far from the truth. I had to fix some of those also where the edge banding had came off. You can see my prior video on how I did that. And anyway, as you can see, I split the plastic in half so I could gain access to both sides of the doors, and I've oriented them so all of the wood is in one direction for these and one direction for those. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth and back and forth. So we'll get on with it. This is the paint sprayer I'm using today. It's a rental from Home Depot, and I have one very similar to this, but it is way up north, 2.5 hours away. So I decided just to rent this one rather than drive 2.5 hours each way to get my sprayer. Some of you might be wondering why I just laid it up, the panels, on a piece of plastic instead of using a drying rack or using those little pointed chair thingies. The reason being is this is a rental, and if you want a perfect job, you would do it a little bit different than this. There's some on YouTube about that, and I plan on doing one of those here pretty soon with my daughter's kitchen. But like I say again, this is a rental, so it's gonna be good enough. It's like I always say, it looks good from afar, but it's far from good. Here's a picture of the cabinet doors after they're dry. That one on the end is just a test piece. I want to see how good all this stuff sticks. Then what I did is I wiped the edges with a rag and flipped them upside down over here. I still have to do the other ones, and I'll let you know how it goes. The doors pretty much look perfect. got it all done. But you can see I have them up on blocks. And that was mainly to get them out of the water after the sprinkler turned on. I had to wipe all the paint off and scrape it all off and start from scratch because they were a mucky mess. So anyway, that's the end of the video. I didn't show the final spraying because it's exactly like the priming. So I hope you learned something. This is not the way I would do it for perfect kitchen cabinets, but this is how I think it's okay for rentals. Thanks and have a great day.